Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna be reviewing a Shaco build from a Korean player that has 74% win rate in Diamond. This doesn't mean that this build is like a god build. It could also mean that he's either boosted or he's just an extremely good Shaco player on any build. Maybe another build would be the same. But yeah, let's just take a look at what he builds, his runes, masteries, and his jungle path. Just like me and a lot of Shaco players, he doesn't go for the cheese invade because that doesn't really work, because a lot of people are kind of prepared, at least at like platinum and higher than that, in silver and probably gold as well. I would totally recommend you to still do that. But he starts at bot side, stacks 2 boxes at 40 seconds, and then moves over to the red, of course, and stacks there 2 as well. But don't stack him too near to the red buff so it doesn't get triggered. If it gets triggered, you don't need to overreact. You can still put a box behind it and smite it. It's not that big of a deal, but it really slows down your jungle speed. After that, he just clears the jungle. Normally, he just does a complete clear of the jungle. And about his gameplay, I just want to say, because I watched some of his games, the only thing I've noticed differently, kind of significant about his gameplay, is that he doesn't really go back a lot of times. He stays in the jungle for a really long time in the beginning until he gets like a Hydra or his Mobi boots. But let's now move over to his runes, which are exactly the runes I use. Just 9 attack damage marks, 9 armor seals, 9 ability power glyphs. Here you can take attack speed cooldown, or magic resist, of course, but this is what he takes. For quintessences, 2 attack speed and 1 attack damage. Pretty standard. But now for the masteries, he's actually being pretty cocky. In the ferocity tree, he doesn't take oppressor, he goes for bounty hunter and also natural talent instead of vampirism. And the reason why that's a little cocky is because early oppressor will help you a lot, but if you get fed, you get more value of bounty hunter, of course. Now moving over to the cunning tree, he takes savagery, which is kind of strange, which you will see later, because his build is revolving a lot about movement speed. So I don't know why he took that there, because I feel like on Shaco it's really not that necessary to take savagery, but maybe he just wants a extreme fast jungle clear. Everything else is just pretty standard. And now to the most interesting part, the build he takes. Now, of course, he doesn't take the same build every time, but I'm just gonna go over what he takes most of the time and all the variables. Is that how you say it? I'm not quite sure. That might occur that he takes. So first off, he always starts with Hannes Machete and a refillable potion. Pretty standard. And after that, depending on how much gold he has, either goes for Mobi boots, Tiamat, or one of the smites. I think he prefers blue smite, but he also takes red smite sometimes. After building out all of these items, goes for BF sword and then finishes his warrior. And now something strange I've noticed is that at like minute 20 after finishing all this, he still goes and builds a hunter's potion. I've seen him build it earlier as well, but most of the time he actually builds it this late. I've tried out this build as well, and for me, I feel like at 20 minutes the hunter's potion feels kind of useless and wasted money, but maybe I'm just utilizing it wrong, but that's just how I felt about it. After that, he finished a Duskblade of Draktar. I haven't seen a lot of players use it, but after Humus got nerfed a little bit, I actually do kind of like the overall more movement speed and the passive of it. It's 15 more 80 and just a little bit more gold than Humus. I've also tried building them both, but that's for another video. Now after that, he either goes for a static shift or a phantom dancer. I think this is probably depending on if you need to burst down or if you need to split push wave clear. That's probably when you take the statics, but you have your Tiamat, of course, but Tiamat and statics has extreme wave clear, so that could be the reason for going for that. Phantom dancer maybe for more fightability, more 1v1 potential. After that, he usually sells his jungle item to get Infinity Edge, and then he either upgrades his Tiamat, which he still has, for a Ravenous Hydra or a Titanic Hydra. This probably also depends on if he needs to be a little tanky or needs to get his Thunderlord proc off better with the Titanic Hydra. I actually sometimes, when I have really quick bursters in the enemy team, like to go for the Titanic more, because you get the burst out quicker because of the reset thingy. But of course, the Ravenous gives you more AD and also also some nice healing so you can sustain more and go in the jungle, farm up a little and then go back into the fight. So that is very situational, of course. Okay, that was kind of his build. I've tried this out and this works pretty damn well for me, other than the Hunter's Potion, and you kind of have to get used to the Mobi boots. I haven't played with them in a really long time, but it feels really nice to just get somewhere really quick. But then if you're only 375 fast and trying to catch someone off, that could be really annoying. But when you have your Draktar and the statics or something, then that's no problem anymore, and you're like 500 fast, 500 something out of combat, and that is just a really nice feeling. Also, another thing, he also went for Guardian sometimes. I'm guessing if you get bursted down quickly, you can like refresh after it. I really like to buy that sometimes too. Or more Mortises, of course, when they have a lot of AP burst. I would definitely recommend you to try this out and experiment more with Shaco builds, and I'm gonna be making another video where I show a lot of different builds and a lot of scenarios where you take what. And I really want you to write in the comments what you like to build, and if you have like a standard build, or if you play only tank Shaco, maybe you're playing with Feather of Battle. So yeah, that about wraps up this review. Tell me if you want me to find like more player with high win rate builds that I'm gonna review then, and of course other video ideas, your build that I've already asked you to put down there. And yeah, other than that, I hope you're having an amazing day. Goodbye.